So Bleacher Report, good old Bleacher Report, they came out with a list.
Good old Bleacher Report.
They came out with a list.
Yeah.
Let's move over here. They came out with a list with the NFL's offensive rankings post 2024 draft. And they basically gave us a listing 1 through 32. And here's the list of what they feel like the best offenses are going to be in 2024. Now, me personally, I had a few issues with this list, but I wanted to get the panel's opinion and their take on how they feel about it quickly in regards to where they think these offenses will rank come in towards the end of the season. I guess around December-ish time frame when it starts to get cold, right? So, what do you guys feel about this list? I mean, they got the 49ers at the top, they got the Patriots at the bottom. I think some people are rated too low. I think some people are rated too high. But, as we got a Charger fan in the building, we got an Eagles fan in the building, we got a Commanders fan in the building. Curtis a pseudo Lions fan, to a degree. He also gives love to the Falcons. He's a Southern guy. He's born in the South, so he's a Southern guy. So at heart, so he gives credence to Southern teams, but right now he's riding with the Lions. So what do you guys feel like in this particular ranking? What do you think that did Bleacher Report get it right at all? Are they?
Hell no.
Not at all.
Oh, y'all shaking your head.
No.
That's funny. That is funny.
Hell no.
So,
Listen,
go ahead, Curry, guys. I'm
gonna jump out here on this one. I'm gonna jump out here. It's gonna be a short take. This is gonna be a short take. Listen, I'm cool. I'm cool with the top 6. To me, again, they the champions. They did more with less. I could see, to me, put Kansas City. You still got the top quarterback there, top tight end there. Kansas City could be one, but 1 to 2, I could understand why you put San Francisco there. Totality. Detroit, I think with everything, when you look at all the pieces that they have now, I can understand that. Miami, they got a 4x100 relay team. They just added a strong 400-meter runner in OBJ, right? Philly, with bringing back AJ, with having Slim Reaper.
Saquon.
Rail, you have to, Saquon. I think that's going to be deadly. Rail, you would have to educate me on the strength of the tight end, but overall, and I'm not familiar with who their number 3 is, but I think they have a solid number 3 receiver. So I can see Philly. Ravens, I'm really high with Derrick Henry finally getting some receiver help there. Again, they still have one of the top 5 tight ends and Andrews, Lamar safety blanket. So I'm cool with that. The issue that I have,
here you go,
is 7, 9, 12, and 13. Is anybody else watching NFL and see what the hell's happening over there in Houston?
Right.
First of all, you got Beyonce singing country. That's number 1, and that's selling out. So that's number 1. Number 2, did anybody notice what happened last year in the rookie campaign of CJ Stroud? How do you put a team that doesn't have their number 1 receiver anymore over the team that has their number 1 receiver?
Talk about it.
I'm confused. Let me see. You got Nico Collins. Tank Dale's running routes, coming back. Now you got Stephon Diggs, right? You have, I think Schultz is a tight end, if I remember correctly. Who, when I watched CJ talk about it, they did an ad-lib play. Schultz, the play that Schultz scored on, that wasn't the right play, but CJ read it, threw him a touchdown, right? And then they got Joe Mixon. Who again is the face of hometown discount, gets you walked out of hometown. Okay, so I think he's gonna have an edge on his shoulder.
He should.
I think he'll have an edge with him.
I gave you a restructure and you still cut me or still traded me?
Yeah, I want to see you.
Yeah.
But then you have this phenom in CJ Stroud who was slinging the football, and all you did was give him another weapon to throw to.
Big time number 1 weapon.
Big time number weapon. Now, again, I'm a big fan of Keon Coleman. I'm loving him. Somebody should sign him up to be a 5-year, 6-year brand endorser at Macy's. You need to make a deal with him. He's helped your jacket sales, right? And I get it, but he's still a rookie.
Right. Yeah,
he's still a rookie.
Unproven. Yeah.
Unproven to me. Running back, don't know. The only thing really to me walking in right now, they have a solid up and coming tight end. cool. But that's it. I don't. To me, push Josh Allen, CJ Stroud. It's a push. So I have a problem with that. I have a problem with the Dallas Cowboys who don't have they don't have a running back yet proven. They have a receiver who is a dog, but contract issues. And then they have Dak. So cool. But that's still, to me, not over Houston. That's not over Houston.
It's not over a lot of the teams I'm looking at, but go ahead.
Yeah. So to me, 7 should be moved, 9 should be moved. If you want to fight between Cincinnati, Green Bay, and Houston, I get it. I get it. But they both should be moved up. And how in the hell with the Jets? That is purely off Aaron Rodgers, because your offensive line is still being rebuilt. You don't know. Mm-hmm. So, outside of that, everybody else, I have Minnesota higher as well. Tampa Bay, I would give more emphasis to. Blake Baker has resurfaced now. 2 great receivers, Mr. 1000. And then on top of that, the running back Jones proved that he can run that thing last year. So I would put more emphasis on them as well. The Chargers, I just got a problem with 7-9 and where they put the Texans at. I have an issue. I have an issue with that. But outside of that, I would, like I said, Minnesota, give more weight. I think with McCarthy, you still got Jefferson, Addison. I know Hawkinson is coming back from the injury, but they don't have a running back yet either. So, that's just been my biggest problem. I'm pissed off at how they disrespecting CJ.
I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. What's up, Richie? Yeah, man. I don't know. It's a lot of question marks here, and I don't see how they rank some of these guys too high. Be personally, I'm gonna say this. I have an issue with Kansas City being as high, although I do believe they're going to be fine offensively. They're going to be efficient, but there's a lot of uncertainty in wide receiver. We don't know what receiver status is going to be. We don't know if Zay Worthy's going to be a good pro. Again, and their calling card all throughout the season, they had pretty decent offense, in the postseason, but their offense sputtered pretty much, and they pretty much running it back with the same guys. And they got an issue at left tackle. So, not to say that, Andy Reid isn't a genius play caller, not to say that Patrick Mahomes isn't Patrick Mahomes, but weaponry wise and numbers, I don't see them being 2 in my honest opinion. I do, however, and this is an interesting take, I do believe the 49ers is going to be up there. You know why? Because I really feel like their defense is going to take a step back. Because I think Brandon Staley makes good personnel defenses even look bad. So with him being involved in that whole thing, I think there's going to be a shootout. So Shanahan's going to have to dial up some shit. And for them to be able to, stay in games because they're going to be giving them more points than they used to. So I do believe that's going to be the case.
So let me ask this then.
Miami's going to be up there high early because they're going to put up points early while it's warm. I do believe that as well. I do believe.
Let me ask this then to you.
I'm listening.
Is Purdy a shootout quarterback, or is he with a lead quarterback? Because if you're saying the defense is going to take a step back, is he a quarterback that can get into a gunfight? Or is he a quarterback that he can play with a lead and do well? I know we saw him, but that's my question to you. Which one? I know you talk about the offense, but is he that type of quarterback that can go, up and down the field?
I can't wait to hear this.
I will say this. I think that his offensive play caller is going to put him in positions to be successful. Whether he delivers or not is the question. But
I like what you did there.
We talked about this last week with DK, right? About how the 49ers are going to look offensively if they don't trade anybody. But the IU situation is a question mark. That's it. I still believe that that's not over. I think that once we get into mandatory mini camps and training camp, he might hold out. If he holds out, then we got a problem. But on paper right now, how they look, you got Ayuk and Debo on the outside, you got Pearson on the inside, you got Kittle. You got McCaffrey and the kid they just drafted, Isaac Gudanero.
Yeah.
The young kid who 233 pounds runs a 4.340. So that's a weapon. That's a weapon. You improve your interior line. So he has all the pieces. He got all the tools. It's just that if I'm in a shootout, it depends on the magnitude of the situation. If he's in a shootout with Patrick Mahomes, he loses. If he's in a shootout with Jalen Hurts, he may lose. Even Jordan Love. But if he's in a shootout with Tua Tagovailoa, he might win. It might just be the circumstances by which he's under and where they're playing at and what the weather's like. You know, what can I do? But again, his play caller is going to be able to put it in the position to be successful in the regular season. But question mark, can he do that week in and week out if the defense is bad, you know, or worse than it was last year?
Okay.
You know, and so round it out again. I argued the Dallas thing. I don't understand. I think that the Rams for sure should be higher on this list. The Rams, with what they did, all they did was shore up their O-line, got better offensively and defensively in the draft, so they're going to be better. And Sean McVay is a freaking savant of a play caller. I would argue he might be a play caller in that division. So I think they should be higher than 11. Me personally, definitely above the Cowboys, the Bills, and things of that nature. I got to see what the Ravens are going to be like because again, numbers wise, they might not be that high because it could be a really run head centric team, and they lost Odell. They brought in Tez Walker, who's an unproven rookie. Rashad Bateman never really panned out. So all he really talking about is really talking about receiving wise is proven is Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews. So whether or not they can be dominant and really put up numbers offensively is going to be a question mark. I think they're going to still live and die on defense and play hard nosed football and run the ball, at least in the regular season. Season, a whole nother conversation. But I think them and the Bills are lower on this list for me. The Eagles, I think it really just hinges on whether or not Kellen Moore can call plays with the weapons he got. That's going to be the determining factor. If he can call plays and get those weapons and deploy those weapons like he's supposed to, they're going to be good offense. Because the whole line is set, the weapons are there. It's all lined up for you offensively to be successful. So Kellen Moore you're going to basically tell us whether or not you're a good play caller at this point in the time frame in the league. Can you call plays and can you be successful with his weaponry? Because you have no excuses.
Yep.
So, but outside
I know it's only 32 teams, but can we put Denver at 34?
You said it because Rich in the chat.
Well, not only that, but you know my feeling about Sean McVay.
Oh, yeah.
The way they hyping up Bo Nix. Sean Payton. The way they hyping up Bo Nix too. Don't get me wrong, he may pan out, but yeah, can Denver go to 34?
Oh man,
Rich, I hate your face.
We might need to sue Rich. We just might because this list is all wrong. But I'm gonna let my insider say, please tell me what y'all feel about this. Please tell me.
Okay, so number one, if Chicago's offense is 21st, somebody getting fired. So,
True.
So where they're at right now, okay. But if they wind up right there, somebody's getting fired because they have invested.
By Thanksgiving.
They have invested too much into that offense for it to be 21. So that's one thing. It's the uncertainty in Dallas. Why are they ahead of the Texans? Why are they ahead of the Packers? Who
they beat? Who Packers beat them last year? Drugged them.
Put an offensive display on against them like that. That's the thing. This Jets thing is just strange, man. Like, this is strange, man. I don't see how they're 13, bro. Like,
I don't get it either.
Like, for real, like the Jets got to show me something to warrant all this praise that they're getting. Like, I need to see something. That O-line still ain't it.
Still ain't right. Nope. And can we point out the fact that they tried to fire Hackett low key, but at the end of the season they tried to get rid of him.
Yeah, and he's only there because that's Aaron's man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I think they're too high as well. Let's see. Like, I really like the Rams. The Rams. Let's see. I think Minnesota's a little low.
Yeah, I mean, but I kind of get it because they got a rookie quarterback.
I think it's QB that they're going off of QB. Yeah, their weapons are pretty solid.
Top notch.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the San Fran thing, based on how they construct it right now on paper, I can see them being up there. But I will say this: if I see them number one on the defensive rankings too, I'm gonna have a problem. Like, all right, they're just gonna be number one at everything, huh? They just
right.
Like really,
They're gonna dominate both sides, right?
Yeah, they just going to dominate. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I see them still being good, but I see them taking a step back.
Yeah, I think me and Kurt had the same sentiment last week when we talked to DK. Is that we think that it's still going to be good, but they're not going to be the same as they were last year.
Yeah. So other than that, I think Buffalo's too high. I'm not sure. I think I see the vision with Buffalo, what he's trying to do. I don't think it's going to come to fruition this year. I think that offense is going to struggle. So them being at 7 is
at least early. Struggle early. It might get it together at the end of the season, but struggle early.
Yeah, that 7 is crazy.
It is.
7 is crazy.
Yeah.
In that division.
Yeah.
The Jets twice, the Patriots, and no.
And then Indianapolis, it's kind of a question mark for me. Like, I want to see how the kid comes back. You know, I want to see, how he gets back after coming off an injury. But they're kind of middle of the pack. I guess it's fine. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't see the Commanders being that low.
I don't either. I want to hear Mike Dub's take on that. I think they're too low.
I definitely don't see them finishing back there in offense. I don't. No. Now defensively, I don't like their secondary. I think that's where they're going to struggle. But offensively, I think they got too many weapons to be 28, bro. Like, it depends on Jaden, you know what I'm saying? But still,
yeah. I mean, again, Kingsbury calling plays. Jaden, with his just him being him, should garner a way better ranking than 28.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like the Titans, I can't see the Titans' offense being better than the Commanders' offense.
Raiders either. Why the Raiders 23rd? Why the Raiders 23rd?
Yeah. Ew.
Yeah.
No.
Who's the quarterback for the Titans?
Will Levis.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, Mike, tell me what you feel about this list as we wrap this segment before we get into our insiders segment.
I mean, everybody pretty much hit on the major things. One team I haven't heard a lot of people mention in Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville should be a little bit higher. But then my question also is, when they say best offense, are they talking about highest scoring? Are they talking about most yards? Are they talking about most efficient? Because
that is definitely a question. I mean, because top scoring offense is different than top yard offense. That's two different things.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see a lot of different things. Like San Fran might be the most efficient. They might turn the ball over the least, but Kansas City might be the most consistent. It really depends on what we're talking about, but I do think that also I'm still torn with Atlanta. Atlanta has a lot of weapons. Obviously, the question is with Kirk.
Yes.
But I think we could see Atlanta light up the scoreboard similar to how Minnesota did the past few years or in the past as well. And also, there's questions on the defense, so I think they're probably going to have to, play from behind a little bit. So I think I wouldn't be surprised to see Atlanta make a little bit of a jump. Not much, not until like the top 5, anything like that, but probably maybe in the top 10. Jacksonville, I mentioned them before. I agree with everybody. I think Houston is going to be, that's the light show. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like across the board, they just gonna light it up. That's probably everybody's biggest, like what's going on moment. But once again, it just depends on what they mean by best offenses. I don't think Baltimore is going to be a high scoring offense, but I think they're going to be, efficient. They're going to win games. They're going to run the ball well, all that stuff like that. So, and I think Buffalo is trying to fit into that mold too. Like if you saw towards the end of the year, and I think that's probably a big reason, not the biggest, but one of the big reasons why they were willing to trade Diggs is because they're trying to shift into more of a run-centric offense.
Which they need to be being a northern team like that.
That's where they're going with it. Yeah, and that's where they're going with it. It's going to take, I think it's going to take more than this year for them to really get it where they want it.
Yeah.
But I see the vision.
Absolutely. So, I think they found something working for them. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Cincinnati when they're healthy. We know Higgins isn't happy there. He's requested a trade. I think they had 2 or 3 guys requested a trade down there. They lost Boyd, so I don't know. Things is going to be interesting in Cincinnati, but overall, I think I don't think Dallas is going to be good at all.
I don't either. I don't trust that at all. With a whole revamped offensive line, practically, You know, old Zeke, no running backs behind him that's proven. One receiver, tight ends are questionable. Defense is going to regress with no Dan Quinn. They're in for a rude awakening, man. They could literally be picking the top 10 in the draft. They really could.
Look, I can see that. And they, look, we might be talking about them looking at Shador or something like that this time next year. So,
correct.
But yeah, the overall to wrap things up, like I said, I think there's a few teams that I can see that are a little low. A few teams that I'm interested in seeing how they're going to shape out. Like I said, Atlanta's a team I want to keep my eye on. And of course, Washington. Yeah,
I think the Atlanta will, along with the Colts, have the ability to on paper to be good. Is the question of whether or not they're going to deliver.
Right.
Well, is Kirk ready to start the season?
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
So.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
That's the word. Yep. That is the word. You don't give them that money if you don't think you're gonna be ready. I know that.
Right.
I know I wouldn't. So yeah. But yeah, we'll see how things shake out. I think that maybe they were probably thinking this in a realm of total offense. Maybe they'll think about it in that perspective, not just scoring, not just, just total offense ranking, percentage wise. Maybe it was that particular, I guess you can say, avenue they were trying to address when they picked this list. But I do think that this list is going to be totally different come even mid-season.
Yeah.
Even mid-season.
Definitely.